Welcome to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. I'm, of course, Dr. Cush, along with my barback Kyle. I'm not a real doctor, but I did spend almost 2 decades running some of LA's best bars. After years of teaching classes and training bartenders, I want to demystify the cocktail world for you. Let's try a few new things as I open up my bar to everybody. Belly up, chat, and let's have a drink. All right, everybody, welcome to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. I think I'm live on Facebook. I have an odd feeling that I am now live on Facebook. I think I'm live on Instagram. I'm pretty sure I'm live on Kick. I'm pretty sure that I'm live on Twitch. But most importantly, for all of you that are watching here over on YouTube, people like, let's just choose one, Tiki Tom, watching over here on YouTube. Good to see you there, Tiki Tom. Good to see all of you guys. We are here today mostly because I had kind of a busy day and I needed a cocktail that I had all the ingredients for. But we're not just going to stop at having the ingredients. All right? We are going to expand this cocktail a little bit. This is a super classic, one of the big ones. One of those cocktails that's during the aughts, I believe we're calling them, or maybe the noughts, the zeros, the 2000 through 2009, we're calling them, when bartenders were sort of rediscovering the old craft of bartending, when it was cool to be old-timey, that kind of situation, when for some reason vinyl records came back and vintage was a real thing, and a shirt with holes in it cost you $75, $80. Kind of an insane situation. Anyway, this is one of those classics that's sort of imbued upon the bartending community that not just the latest and greatest is so good. Maybe we need to be building upon what is already been laid. And this cocktail that's probably got a few, never mind. A whole laid joke, but we won't. This is a cocktail called the Bee's Knees. However, we are going to be adding 2 different ingredients to sort of just bring some of it up. One of them is a pretty common cocktail ingredient. One of them, it's in the picture. It's in the thumbnail. So it's not gonna, nobody's gonna gasp when they find out what it is. It is Saint Germain. Okay, fine. But we are using very special honey today. This was a gift from viewers of the show and Patreons and winners of the 2024 Kush-Tucky Derby, the husbands. So we're using their honey today. Very excited about that. Let me say hello to the people before we get too far. Let me say hello over here to Tiki Tom. Woohoo! It's Classic Thursday. We typically call this Thirsty Thursday, or we tell my brother Grant that it is called Not Wet Thursday. But I'll take Classic Thursday. This is certainly a Classic Thursday. Thursday, one of the more classic days. Thursdays, not a lot of people know this. Thursday's been around for a lot longer than the other days. We only used to have just Thursdays. You'd wake up, you'd go, what day is it? They'd say it's Thursday, and you'd say, okay, well, all right. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Thursday too. A lot more monotonous back in the day. Let me say hello to our good friend Moose. Hello, Moose. Dr. Cush and the cocktail team also cheerses to you. Tiki Tom has that bottle of Irish gin he's been looking for, so now he's cracking it open. Love some Irish gin. Love that gunpowder Irish gin. Those people were very nice to me recently, and you know, I am very much a pick-me bartender. If you are nice to me, I will mention you constantly. Have you ever heard of my good friend Vodka? Have you ever heard of my good friend Kettle One Vodka? They took me out to dinner like 20 years ago. Still my favorite vodka. One of them. Let me say hello, or sorry, let me say good evening to our good friend Shawnee Panabaker, who apparently is going through some rain with our good friend Amy Beer. Hopefully Amy Beer, in her near future, the skies are clear. Nailed it. Stuck the landing. Thank you. Oh, I don't have my board up, otherwise I'd clap for myself. Yay! Let me say hello to Richie the Whiff. Richie the Whiff, a good friend of the show, is here today. We love when Richie the Whiff shows up. Richie the Whiff, good news for you. In fact, very good news. I just want to, without even looking at it, I just want to show you one of these. We're using these babies. These are called Whiffin' Cubes. we will be shaking our cocktail today with whiffin cubes. Are they cube-shaped? No. Does that probably drive Richie the Whiff, who is an amazing engineer, crazy that we call those little moon-shaped cubes? Maybe. I never asked him about it. Let me say hello to, let me say heyo to Davey Virtue, our 2,000 subscriber. We are now on 2,128. We haven't gained any this week. I don't know what's happening. Kyle's here, very excited. Hello, Kyle. Good to see you there, pal. DCW Clark, winner of the 2023 Cush-Tucky Derby, is ready to go. Susan Lang giving us a hi, Cushies. Hi, Susan, back to you. We're saying Moose never tried this cocktail before, so this is gonna be exciting. Boy, Moose, you're in for a treat. This is a great cocktail. We love this cocktail. There's Loriander talking to us over on Twitch. I don't know what the little battery with the lightning bolt in it is, but I think that means Loriander. Very, very important. Very, very important. One of the first conversations Loriander and I ever had was about one of the ingredients about this. You think I don't remember every single thing that happens on this channel? I do. Let me say one of these. Lulu. Hello to Cocktail Lulu. We love Cocktail Lulu. She sometimes can't be here on Tuesdays for Tiki Tuesday, but she certainly brings the aloha spirit to us here on Thirsty Thursdays. And let me give it a ciao bella nardo. To Paul Belnardo. Okay, I don't know what's going on today. Okay, shall we get into it? Oh, is there a chance that anybody can go check and see if I'm on Facebook? I feel like that would be helpful. If anybody just like wants to step on over there, see if I'm actually on Facebook. It says I'm live on Facebook, but I can't tell. I really can't tell. So you guys let me know. Let's see. It's a turbo icon. It's a turbo icon. Means I'm subscribed to Twitch itself. What? Okay, that's insane. Jen says no Facebook, but yes to Insta. Dr. Cush is in an especially good mood tonight. Yeah, Dr. Cush is, listen, this is one of my favorite cocktails. I love this cocktail, and we're using kind of some special ingredients, so that's important to me. Let's get into this cocktail. Back in the day when we used to think that outlawing something would make it go completely away, back in those days, Prohibition days, we thought if you just outlaw something, that'll solve the problem. Off into the world. Oh, I'm also live on Kick. Just real quick, Tiki Tom Hubbard, am I live on Kick? And am I seems I am live on Kick. Does it also say that I am restricted on Kick? I don't know how I did that, but I think I said that I'm mature audiences only. Back during Prohibition, we used to think that it was okay to just say things are illegal and that would just make them go away. Well, of course, we knew that that wasn't the case. What happened was it just made things harder to get, and thus it made things more expensive. Or, and in the case of a lot of gins, it made things a lot crappier. There was a very, very long time when gin was just crappy. There's a very long time when whiskey was just crappy. Rum just became kind of expensive and only for pirates, and vodka. People really hadn't got into vodka yet. So if things are going to be either expensive or crappy, people are usually going to take the crappy one. It wasn't a prosperous time anyway. We were already having some rough times. There was a whole depression, etc. So what happened was people found out how to make vodka and then just turn it right into gin. They would make things like bathtub gin. What does that mean? It would literally mean that they would make gin in a big fat bathtub. They would throw the botanicals in after, you know, your sweaty butt got out of it. They would then say, oh, well, if we just add a little botanicals onto that, we won't smell as much smelly butt. We won't taste as much smelly butt, and we won't experience as much smelly butt. Not no smelly butt. There will be some smelly butt in our gin. So in order to counteract smelly butt, bartenders would then have to take this smelly butt gin and they would have to make cocktails out of it. Cocktails are kind of a necessity when you have something that smells of butt. We really have to figure out a way to hide this butt smell in this drink. So That is how a lot of these cocktails came about, especially during Prohibition. When we talk about like the dreams of Prohibition, oh, wouldn't it have been so great to be a bartender in Prohibition? I would have absolutely been one of those bartenders that poured the stuff in the club with the swinging ladies and their short hair and shorter skirts. I would have that would have been me. I don't think it would have. Me personally, I would have left for Cuba instantly. I would have been gone. If that's the only thing I knew how to do, gone. But some bartenders stuck around and they took what crappy ingredients they had and they tried to make it better. This is a perfect example, and for a long time this has been kind of a utility cocktail. It's just a gin sour, more or less. Today we're going to sort of expand the flavors. We're going to take the flavors that are already in it and we're going to sort of pull those out and make it better. So we're going to grab this. Normally we don't mix in one of these. This is not our normal mixing glass here. Oh, real quick, let me say hello to Big Swamp. Big Swamp is in the house. Now, I know Big Swamp very well, and I am not positive I've ever heard Big Swamp say in the house. That seems a little modern for Big Swamp speak. So, Big Swamp, if you would, blink twice if you are being held hostage. David Virtue says, I'm really selling this drink. It's a good drink. David Virtue, it's a good drink. Yes, Loriander, I emptied all of my gin into a bathtub and stuck my butt in it just to, you know, okay, just for an experiment, just to see. I mean, listen, if not for reality, what would any of this be? Oh gosh, what a sight that would be. All right, we're gonna start over here, guys. This was a lovely gift. It's kind of hard to see here. This says husband. I don't see the husbands there. I thought maybe the husbands would be here, but it says husband honey. Husband honey. We all know Stephanie and Michael husband. They show up at this bar often. They apparently, where they live, they're apiarists. So we're gonna use some of their honey in this. You notice we are not making honey syrup. Instead, we are going to make honey lemon juice. It's exactly as easy as it sounds. We're just going to take, like, we're looking for about a half an ounce or about 1 tablespoon or about 2 big bar spoons of honey. We're just going to drop it down here into the middle of our glass. There we go. You can tell it's good honey because it ruins a live show. That's the best way you can tell that's good honey, is if it pours off that thing so slowly that it just absolutely makes everybody bored. Oh, look at that, though. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. But just a touch more, why not? We ain't scared of a little honey. Now, I don't know much about honey. Oh, that's such good honey. I don't know much about it, but I do know that one bee produces very little honey in its life. It's like the whole collective comes together and creates all of this honey. I have a feeling that we are using like 4 or 5 bees' life work right in this drink. And I think it means that we should really appreciate it. Really make more, even if you don't like ooh and ah at this cocktail, or or do my little dance. Even if you don't have that initial reaction, you should, because we don't want to insult the bees. All I've done is taken a little lemon right here. We're just going to squeeze this lemon in here. It is important, the order of operations, specifically for this cocktail, the order of operations is important because we want to be able to dissolve the honey into the citric acid that lives inside of these lemons. So give that a big squeeze. You can see this is kind of fun. What's the queen's name? I call her Jen, but you can sort of call her whatever you'd like. Rich Whiffen noticing this is not the Lisa Watanabe cutting board. I don't know what that one looks like anymore. Lisa Watanabe. You know, I was just editing a video the other day, Rich, since we're sitting here. Just editing a video the other day, and Cozy Mom got brought up. Rich, do you remember Cozy Mom? You let me know if you, because I think you might be the only one that remembers Cozy Mom. We're going to go ahead and take this. Now, we can see that there are 2 layers in this drink. We want that honey and that lemon to not be 2 layers anymore, but to be 1 layer. We're doing this at this point because we want to definitely make sure that that honey is in the citric acid inside of this lemon juice and is also being... We don't want to shake this later and have clumpules of honey in there. That's not helpful to anybody. So it's nice to put this in with the... Let's just get that off there. We want to get all of this honey and this lemon all mixed in together. And there we have an amazing base for our cocktail. This, if you just want to make a normal bee's knees, all you gotta do is add a little gin to this and you will have a normal bee's knees. But other than being honey, I don't see a lot of bees-ness to this. There really isn't a lot of heavy-duty bees-ness going into this cocktail. So I wanted to sort of expand this cocktail a little bit more with not just what honey bees make, but also what honey bees like. If you can start to think about the addition of cocktail ingredients as, again, sort of math, if we just start to see this as a formula, the matrix starts falling down, and we can start to see that this is not just some magic that we're pulling out. We are finding things that go together. Honey will often go very well together with flowers, with very floral stuff. That's why it does go together so well with gin. Lots of floralness to it. But there is another ingredient that has a lot of floralness to it, and it is this guy. This is Saint Germain, one of the more expensive additions that you can have to a cocktail. Is it $1 bajillion? No, it's not $1 bajillion, but it is kind of a pricey little add to it. But I do want to say, sort of like maraschino liqueur, sort of like a lot of the more expensive additions to cocktails, we really don't need a lot. So this, I think I've had this since the beginning of the pandemic, and I think it might have started it here at the beginning of the pandemic. So you can see that it's been like 4 years now. I've only drank that much. I don't use it a ton, but I do like it when I have other very floral ingredients that go into a cocktail. It doesn't always work that if you see the word flower in a cocktail ingredient that you can just add it to a honey thing and it works out. But in this case, it does. And in this case, I think it makes one of the better versions of the bee's knees that I've ever had. So not a lot, a 1/4 ounce will do ya. This stuff is very intense on its elderflower flavor. It's intense. We need a 1/4 ounce of some elderflower liqueur. Buzz, buzz, baby. Yes, Richie the Whiff. I have had a small bottle of that in my cupboard for years, never cracked it open. Now it has a purpose. Yeah, this stuff is, anytime you, I noticed here, up here, our good friend Loriander said if you add bourbon, it's a gold rush. That's exactly right, Loriander. If you add bourbon instead of gin to that thing we had before, just that lemon and honey, then you have a gold rush. That is exactly what that is. Another spectacular cocktail. But if you, even in the gold rush, with that base of honey and lemon, adding a little bit of that elderflower liqueur, so about a 1/2 ounce of honey, about 3/4 ounce of the lemon juice, and about a 1/4 ounce of elderflower liqueur, Saint Germain usually, but any elderflower liqueur, you have a great base for sort of anything that you want. You can keep adding to it. You want to throw some bananas in there? I don't care. I mean, I don't think so. Maybe not. Okay. Next bit we need is, of course, gin. We are going to, the notes say 1/2 ounce. That's what I put in. Uh-oh. Wait, what did I say? 1/2 ounce. 1/2 ounce. 3/4 ounce lemon juice. I think I put 3/4 ounce lemon juice. 3/4 ounce lemon juice. 1/2 ounce. What did I put? 1/2 ounce of Saint Germain. Listen, we'll be fine. I can't see my my notes anymore. Either way, we're making a bee's knees, so we need to add some gin in here. The gin is the most floral of maybe not the most floral, one of the more floral liquors. I mean, I think probably when we get into some aquavits, we can get very floral. But this is a pretty floral liqueur with juniper, etc. It's going to bring the whole thing together. We're going to go ahead and put in 2 ounces of a London dry gin. That's great. I bet a small amount of ginger liqueur would be awesome. Yes, like Canton. I don't know if this is a funny story. I was going to say it's a funny story. I don't know if it's a funny story. The creator of Canton and the creator of Saint Germain are brothers. They are brothers who apparently do not care for each other. They do not like each other. They are not friends anymore. To be honest, I don't even think that's a story. That's just a little factoid that I know about. Okay, we're going to throw in a bunch of ice right there. Excellent. And we're going to put in something that I forget about almost always. This guy. Now this right here, it says 4-to-1 sale. You guys want to see a magic trick? Watch this. Ready? Abracadabra. Oh, how did I turn it black? It's black salt. This is just 4-to-1 saline solution. 4 parts water to 1 part saline. A ton of bartenders, almost everybody that is very, very into this, and I should also believe this too, believe that if you put saline into every different cocktail, you will increase the production of the good tastes in that cocktail. I forget about it. You know why? Because to me, it doesn't change it that much. And the act of remembering to do it makes me like the drink less. So I forget to put a saline solution. But because we're going so fancy with this insane, insanely old cocktail, I'm going to put just a little bit of 4-to-1 saline solution. You do not have to use black volcanic salt. Just any salt will do. 4 parts water, 1 part salt. We're going to put 2 dashes of that in here. There we go. I like the black one because you can see exactly how much is in it. We don't ever have the issue of putting in too much salt. Let's bring in salt cam here. I don't even think you guys can tell. The colors on this aren't great, but there's a little bit of black salt right there, maybe a little bit right there. You can see. Nah, you can't see it. I don't know why I even brought that in. Silly. We're going to give this just a little stir. Get that salt in there, and then we are going to give this a shake. Now, I do not care for shaking with the glass on top. That does not make me a happy camper. I have seen too many of these things break. It is also it's not pulling its full weight in keeping all of this drink cold. So if you are shaking with glass, when you're shaking with glass, you will get a meltier cocktail quicker because the glass is not doing its part to keep everything cold. It's actually leaching off some heat. That's why I use those tins. So don't shake this as much if you have a Boston shaker. You're not going to get as cold of a drink. This is a Boston with the glass and the silver. You're not going to get as cold of a drink without watering this thing down. Plus, be very, very careful when you are opening it up. I have had to send multiple bartenders home over my many years for breaking their hands in one of these things. I just made this ball. Should we put the ball inside the glass? I hate the way that looks usually, but maybe it'll look cool today. We're going to put a ball inside of a glass. You know what? No. What am I going to sell out? We're not going to sell out today. We'll use that ball some other time. I just made it. I was very excited to show it off. But we're going to go ahead, throw our Hawthorne strainer. How long have we been going? Oh, 24 minutes? We're doing good. Throw our Hawthorne strainer right into here. Pull this off right there to the top. We're going to put this off to the side. The bee's knees needs a bit of a garnish. We're going to have to do our garnish without our potato peeler. We'll do it with this. We're just going to take a lemon. We're going to keep it as much of just the yellow part of the lemon as we can. We want very little pith. We just want the lemon part. We're going to take this guy, bring out the cutting board. We're going to slice her right down here in the middle. Make sure you get your knife all the way deep down. Bring in deep down cam here. There we go. All the way deep down until you get one of these so that I can talk to you. Hello. Hi. I'm the garnish. What? Throw that back in here. Throw this up here. Slide this back. What we want to do is just put this guy right on the side of our cocktail so that it looks like a tiny bee has landed upon our glass, granting us its delicious, as they've said in the comments more than once, vomit, spit, bile, all kinds of gross things that honey is. If you were a bee, you would think this is not the stuff to eat. Lucky for, I'm going to say, 90% of the people watching the show, you are not bees. All right? I can't say for certain that 100% of you are not bees. I'm going to say up to 95% of you are definitely not bees. But I don't know about the other 5%, what you guys are up to. You might be bees. I can't tell. I don't, you know. We'll never know. Is it actually volcanic black or does it say vegetable char on the ingredients list? It just says 4-to-1 saline solution on the ingredients list. But it doesn't even say water on this. I don't know. That was a pickup from somebody else. That was my kitchen troll. Picked that up for me. This is the improved version of the bee's knees. I'm going to have to bring my head down here because I over-poured it. Oh. Wow. Yeah, DC Debbie Clark is half bee. Okay. So if I had said 100% of you are not bee, I would have been off. And that's why we don't say, oh, I get it, Deb B. That makes more sense now. Her name is Debbie. Debbie. Bee backwash is another way to say this. Listen. An improved version of this cocktail, no doubt. Now, I am using fresh honey from an apiarist that I know. That's going to change this this cocktail, obviously, right? It's going to change the cocktail, obviously. If you decide you want this to be a little bit more floral, but don't want this to be so ginny, maybe add a touch more of that elderflower liqueur. I personally think the 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice is perfect. So don't change that. 2 ounces of gin, 3/4 ounce of some lemon juice, and you should be good. Shawnee Panabaker says the extra Saint Germain did it well. Yeah, the extra Saint Germain. Listen, Shawnee Panabaker put in 1/2 ounce. I forgot about that, and I put in 1/4 ounce. I was just going off of what I thought would be. Boy, that's good. Boy, that's good. Fill this up because I know Kyle's gonna try and steal this at some point. This is that. A very simple way to improve your cocktails, guys. Just find things that go with other things. Bees like flowers. Flowers are what help bees make honey. So if you go out and you find other floral things to go with your honey, it should work. That should work. I was watching this TV show recently. It's a kind of an underground TV show. Not many people have heard about it. Called The Bear. The Bear follows a guy named Carmi Barazado. He's got weird tattoos. Got a knife through his hand, but not his hand. It's a whole situation. And they talk about on that show that in cooking, if you can grow it on the same farm, it will go together. I thought that was an interesting concept. I had not been introduced to that concept before. I don't know if that's a concept that everybody knows about, and I'm learning about it from the bear. But that seemed like an interesting concept, and I do think that honey with flowers will always go together. Honey and gin will always go together. They're floral. They are in the bee cinematic universe. Should be what we go. That's how those go together. Let's see what else we got. I'm happy tonight, says Moose. Thank you, Moose. I've had lots of these, but the Saint Germain makes all the difference. Hey, there we go. That's fun. Gotta love that. Yeah, listen, this is like in everything in cocktail, like in everything in cooking, like in everything with smells and scents and tastes and all that stuff. Really small moves, Ellie. That'll get you to the place you need to be, finding flavors that match. Since we are about to go into the fall of fizz, that is what I am preparing for. We are going to be in the fall of fizz really working on our taste palettes, because we are going to taste palettes. We'll call them palettes, I suppose. Since we are going to be adding soda water to a number of things, sort of watering it down, it is going to be important that we are able to mesh our flavors first, using larger flavors, and then adding the soda water or whatever bubbles, things like cider and champagne, etc. Carbonation, just force carbonating things. We're gonna have to get into that. So that's what we're getting into in the fall of fizz. I'm really starting to put together some ideas. My goodness, the honey is really doing something. That's what this one was. This was taking a fairly basic concept and learning how it expands out. That, my friends, is what I have for you. Hashtag taste palettes. Thank you, Kyle, for doing that. Yes, perfect. This is a good one. Perfect. Okay, that is what I have for you guys. For some reason, David Virtue gave me an L, but I'll take it. I'll take an L. Listen, I'm not afraid to take an L. We are going to be having a class this Saturday as well. Hey, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. We have a class this Saturday. We will have a class next Tuesday, and we will have a class next Thursday, and we may have a road class on Saturday, but that's not for sure yet. Oh, thank you for retracting that, Al. Whew. I don't know what that was. Butt type. A lot of butt talk going on today. We got butt gin, we got butt type, we got all kinds of stuff. There we have it. Okay. Dr. Cush, any teaser for Saturday's theme? No, I don't have. Oh, didn't we decide on something? Dang it. I think we decided on something, and then I think it might have fallen through. We are going to, we cannot start. Oh, that's right. Football season starts this Saturday. We're doing football cocktails. Hopefully you guys are ready to do some football cocktails. It will all, yes, thank you, Cocktail Lulu. Football cocktails. It is, I know, Espen, I probably just broke your little heart. American football starts this week. It is my favorite sport, and I am very excited because on Saturday, it will not be any of my teams playing. My team plays the next day against those Frenchmen down in the quarter of was it what do we call that? What's the place? The LSU. Where's LSU? Louisiana. Yuck. Disgusting. Opening cans of beer. Yes, we'll be opening cans of beer, and we will be making things with beer. So get ready for beer cocktails mostly. We will probably have another game to play. That is what is happening on Saturday. Thank you guys so much for showing up. I appreciate you guys. Let me know if you find any other kinds of flowers or liquids that you want to put into a cocktail like this. And how about we hang out again Saturday? Yes. Fight on, everybody. Fight on. What do we always say here when the thing is broken? Usually I try and do some of the voices, but I might be able to get one going real quick. And no, it's not going to work. What do we always say? We say, who's Dr. Jinga Jenga? And then we say, bye-bye.
you take a picture? It'll last longer.